Now look at Iran closely. We've seen this before. The script has already been written in history. Czechoslovakia in 1968, occupied by Soviet communists. People were rising in the streets, cities liberated, Soviet tanks on the border, and America said nothing. The window of opportunity closed. Soviet tanks rolled in, and what follows was 20 more years of Soviet tyranny. Now, 20 years later, Berlin, 1987, President Reagan is standing at the Brandenburger Gate and gave his epic speech. Gorbachev, tear down this wall. Crowds go crazy. The Soviet officials are laughing, calling it theater. 2 years later, the wall fell. 4 years later, the Soviet Union ceased to exist. That speech was the hinge point. Now, same thing in France, 1940s. It's occupied by the Nazis. Churchill speaks directly to the French resistance inside of France. He calls them the fighting spirit of France, the underground forces of freedom, the French patriots who fight the enemy on their own soil. And behind Churchill stands America. Together, they tell the opposition leader, Charles de Gaulle, stay in London, lead the resistance, we're behind you. These are not just words, but recognition, legitimacy, the promise of support. De Gaulle didn't liberate France by himself. He liberated it because the mightiest powers on earth stood behind him. One speech doesn't just inspire, it legitimizes, it signals, and it forces everybody else to choose sides.